I remember even the girl, the little girl who plays like the young Furiosa. I was like, God damn, they did a good job because she looks like Anya Taylor-Joy. Turns out, little tweaking, digitally, AI. That's right, guys, using those two letters that everybody hates. All right. So now I'm going to give my full review of Furiosa. My drinking review, as I do. The wine. So you saw my first reaction. You guys know I enjoyed it. But I wanted to sit on it a little bit because I'm like, all right, what are the things that I can, nitpick, which I'm going to do. I'm going to nitpick a little bit when it comes to certain things. And I just want to go all right, what did I really enjoy about Furiosa? I mean, obviously it's George Miller, it's the action, and there is something about the action when it comes to George Miller and what he achieves when it comes to his action. And I'm gonna I wish I rewatched Fury Road before I went and saw the movie, but I'm gonna watch it this weekend. Definitely gonna watch it this weekend. It's not as intense as Fury Road, of course, because this is now about Furiosa and her origin story. And it's a crazy origin story because I did not think they were going to go so hard when she was a child. Like, one of the things is, you see her as a child for a good section of, the first act is just full on that. And you're seeing the child, which apparently was revealed by Anya Taylor-Joy, because I remember even the girl, the little girl who plays like the young Furiosa. I was like, God damn, they did a good job because she looks like Anya Taylor-Joy. Turns out, little tweaking, digitally, AI. That's right, guys, using those two letters that everybody hates. They used AI to make her look more like Anya Taylor-Joy, and I'm like, well, that makes sense now, because yeah, it's like, oh shit. Like this little girl, I'm like, damn, they found a really good, and she does a really good job, and she needs to do a good job because there is a good chunk, the entire first, yeah, which was kind of took me back a little bit, where it's like, oh wow, we're getting a lot of child Furiosa, and I think it really works when we finally get to, the Anya Taylor-Joy part of it, because now it's like, okay, we have these three Furiosas, and I'm going, you know what? I really appreciate that, because once we do get Anya in there, not a lot of dialogue, a lot of acting with the eyes, which I love. She has very gorgeous eyes, which I've said many times. But what George Miller really does, it's almost like the reverse of Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder knows how to use slow-mo to his advantage, and it looks gorgeous and everything. George Miller does the opposite. He speeds up the frame rate to his advantage, where sometimes you don't even catch it. There'll be shots where it's rotating, and I'm like, whoa, that looks like a pretty cool shot. But if you look closely, it's like, oh, he sped it up a little bit, because you can see somebody moving a little bit faster than they should be moving. He has crafted himself as speeding up the frame rate. Zach, slows it down. Looks really cool. Not trying to compare. It's two different filmmakers right there. But so when it comes to Fury Road, it's just a strict story of okay, we already know Furiosa's trying to transport, these ladies, and obviously Mad Max gets mixed up into that. So it's just very much about the Fury Road. It's just action. It's crazy, but they don't really tap into the world. The world, like maybe in the previous Mad Max movies, have tapped into the world of, this Wasteland. This movie very much does. You have these different sections, you have well, where do they get the gas? Where do they get the bullets? Where do they get water? And it's all about exchange. There's no currency in this world. So they really explore that. And yes, Chris Hemsworth, I thought he was going to be annoying, but he's actually a very good villain, and good on Chris Hemsworth. That's the thing. It's you could tell he was having so much fun playing Dementus, and it works. And Anya Taylor-Joy is a badass, and she's now going to be okay, you are an action star, because again, you get those crazy fast zooms in on her face and the acting with the eyes. Anya Taylor-Joy, I love you more. And go see this movie, guys. Seriously, cheers. Great stuff. It's the expansion, and that's what I was sitting on. I'm like, what do I really like about this movie? It's the expansion of the Wasteland world and how it actually works. You get a lot of that in this movie. And you get a lot crammed into the movie because you're getting Furiosa as a child, and then you get about 15 years time jump to where she is there, and then of course it leads into where it goes to Fury Road. So there's a lot that George Miller had to cram in here, which, you know, could take away from it. That's why, like, when it comes to comparing it to Fury Road, it's like Fury Road was just madness and it was like, all right, get to point A, point B. This is a little bit more. They're condensing. He was trying to condense this story of like Furiosa to just like that could have been a series on Max, or it could have been 2 movies, to be honest. It could have been 2 movies. You could have had an entire movie about Little Furiosa, which was very good, like the whole first act and even into the second.